Endo, based on editing, do you think we need to do the clap syncs, or are we good?
No, we're good. Honestly, It rolls properly.
Perfect.
Also, wow, my waveform actually looks fucking proper for once. Jesus.
Yeah, mine's still. I've always looked at that, but I don't know. It should be okay. And if it's not, then
Yeah.
fuck it. It's your fault because you changed it.
I can fix it in post anyway. I mean, now it's fine because I'm just kind of like holding the mic instead, like whoop 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 whoop. Yeah.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the Tougies Take Podcast, your weekly NHL news aggregator in this off season, at least until we're back into the regular season, where we go 2 times a week to talk about stick puck. But we're here. It's the three of us, as we say, us, the guys, the fellas. I am here alongside Mr. Endo Mills. Endo, how are you?
I'm all right. I'm just kind of chilling now, trying a different approach where we do podcasts and stuff like that. Just lay back, chillax, talk about popcorn, and
more relaxed than you usually are. Oh,
yeah. Come on, I'm just chilling. Like I'm like off frame now, but I'm just chilling. How about you guys? How you guys doing?
God, Endo's taking the Endo's Take Podcast.
not as good as you, man. Apparently,
Yeah,
right?
I'm just mossing.
I can't lounge like that. It's terrible. We got to be super serious. We're a super serious podcast.
Super serial here.
Of God. Can you imagine actually if we tried?
I'm going to stop you guys right here because my waveform is just not appearing.
No, it's there for me.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
should be
yeah,
good.
I see it too.
And
Don't worry.
That's just on my end then. Cool.
And if it lies, well then we'll be re-recording this tomorrow. Imagine if we claim to be a super serious podcast when we've answered some of the viewer questions that we've answered, including the first one today, which we'll get to in a minute. But before that, Sin, you're here as well. How the heck are you? Surviving the California heat?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Surviving is an apt word right now.
It's America. We're
right.
always just trying to survive, you know?
Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah, good times. Fun times. We'll bring it to that level 2 minutes into the podcast.
This is America. Guns in my area.
God. And speaking of my area, as always, this podcast brought to you by our friends at Manscaped.
These always get better. What the fuck?
You set them up, I knock them down, baby. You can go to manscaped.com. You can use the code Tougie, Tougie, at checkout for 20% off your order and free shipping. That is at Manscaped, where you can, of course, get the best tools for the job. The summer might be winding down. Doesn't mean you still shouldn't try to look your best and still shouldn't try to take care of yourself. As I love to say for them, head to toe, they got you covered or uncovered, potentially. Manscaped. Go Tougie. We're a hockey podcast. Beautiful. Circular deodorant. Never forget that. Never forget.
Fuck, where'd I put it? Shit.
God, Endo's gonna just starts flipping his desk looking for his lovely
fucking
patented Manscaped circular deodorant. Go Tougie. With that, we'll start off the show, like I mentioned, with viewer questions, as we always do. Link to the Discord is in the description, whether or not you are listening in audio form or on the YouTube side of things. You can go to the viewer question section and leave a question like these fine people did, including Fire Don Sweeney, who asked this. Everyone's favorite nut, all caps. Sin, we'll go to you first.
Yeah. Dude, that's a tough question, man. There's a lot of good nuts out there. Like, they're always nice for a snack. Man, that sucks. Honestly, man, like around Christmas, I'm gonna go off a tangent here. Around Christmas time, my family always had a tradition. We always had this like bowl, and then you'd order a bunch of variety of shelled nuts that you'd put in the bowl, and then you have a metal nutcracker there. And I don't know why. Was that okay? So for you too,
No, it's not weird. It's not.
That was great. The best. Oh man, there's so many good ones, but honestly, it was the walnuts for me. Like they're so much fun to crack open, and walnuts are really good.
Yep,
they're really freaking good. So yeah, it's got to be shelled walnuts for me.
My top 3, I think I would go number 1, the cashew. You get that big ass fucking container of Planters, like just yes.
Yeah.
Second is probably the walnut, although a new contender since I started dating and subsequently got engaged to now fiance 24, the Brazil nut. Brazil nuts are underrated.
They're very
Big
good.
fan.
Pistachios
Very-
are also really fucking good, but they're unhealthy, so I try to avoid them.
There you go. I
They're
mean,
unhealthy.
Yes.
in fairness, a lot of nuts can be unhealthy due to the fat content.
Yeah.
But
When I was
No
on
wonder why I
keto,
gained 50
when I was
pounds.
doing keto
Shit.
though, I had a lot of nuts, and you learn quickly which ones are the best ones to eat. Pistachios are horrible to eat for you,
Shit.
like compared to like, yeah, I know, right? The best tasting.
You're always just like, but it's a nut. It's healthy compared to chips. It's like, in moderation.
Yeah, in moderation. You eat like, too many of them. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. And no milk.
fuck being a human.
Right? Your favorite nut.
Let me revert back to monkey. I think my favorite nut is as unhealthy as it is. I just found out pistachio, like pistachio, peanut,
All the worst
and-
ones.
Yep.
yeah, and cashew.
Yep.
No wonder why I gained fucking 50 pounds during the fucking pandemic. I'm a big boy now.
There you go.
You can see it in my
It
neck.
happens.
That's good though. You
Yeah.
gotta bulk up to play goalie though. You know.
No,
Who need,
I want to be
who
like
needs- who
Binnington.
needs-
Pretty sure
That's so
every
big
goalie
boy.
on the planet is like stick thin too.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, it's adapted from the like I used to be fast as shit. Now I got fucking water weight in my thighs, and I'm just dying. And I gotta get a roller to roll out the water weight and isolate it, and fatty acids and fatty and yeah.
You're just saying words that you think sound scientific right now.
Cholesterol.
It was like that robot chicken pescatarian rap right there. Omega-3 fatty acids run deep.
Oh my
It's like a. Do you remember Tougie? Do you remember the bit where it's just like they cut me up and they put me in the stairs and like this is like
I
so what's
do.
wrong? I can't print.
What?
I just love. It's okay. I just love that Ed was like, I went to 3 health classes in high school. Here are the words I heard.
Yeah.
You shut up, okay? I got a 90 in that class.
Well,
I can tell.
Speaking of health class, from RG Dust, which fast food place is your go-to?
Well, I feel like I'm getting called out. Is this an intervention?
I am under attack.
My fatty acids are under attack right now.
God. Sin, we'll go to you first again. Your
Fuck.
favorite fast food place.
That's tough,
You could
man.
o-
Because
you
I
could
don't
only
need
go
a
to one.
lot of it. Yeah,
I don't need
a lot of it right now.
For good reason.
Is Wingstop fast food? Because
I,
it doesn't have a drive-through. I always consider fast food like has to have a drive-through, or a drive-up.
well, see, that's the issue, though, is some places will have drive-thrus and others it
Yeah.
won't, but, like, for the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but does Starbucks count as a drive-through because they have drive-throughs?
I would consider Starbucks a fast food option. Like, you can, again, like
But it's like
Or is it a
mostly
fast
beverages.
brew?
Tim
Or is it a
Hortons,
fast
Dunkin'
brew?
Donuts, Starbucks, I would consider all 3 of them in the fast food category.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Man, dude, this sucks.
Yeah, I believe there's a different term for it now that kind of universally fits. It's like fast service or whatever.
I was going to say,
Something stupid like that.
if you don't have to
euphemize
sit
anything.
down,
Yeah,
if you're not waiting for your food to be like, if you're not waiting like more than like 10 minutes, if you're not offered an appetizer, it's probably fast food.
yeah.
We'll have that
All
be
right.
the level. So I
Okay.
think Wingstop would apply.
Okay, then yeah, it's got to be Wingstop.
Literally on Wikipedia, the ultimate source, genre, fast casual fast food restaurant.
Okay.
So Wingstop.
Yeah, then
counts.
fucking Wingstop, dude. I love wings. I love spice.
I love stopping.
I love lamp.
I love lamb.
I love you. So Wingstop
I
there. Per se.
I am a big fan of this is like a Canada branch, but Hero Certified Burgers because I used to work there, and the food was fucking great. I mean, not only because I made it, but just it was good quality Angus pounded meat. Like you get like an 8 ounce.
Angus
I
meat
usually
with
get,
the
like, 2
fatty
ounce
acids
patties.
and lactic. No, sorry.
See, this is the reason why I got fat, okay? The pandemic hit, I worked at a burger joint, and all of it went to my ass.
Like
now I just sit
Squidward.
on my ass.
You thick as fuck, boy. Bring that shit over here.
Fucking Squidward when he starts eating Krabby Patties.
Oh yeah,
It's just all pies.
I'll go to your ass, and then you'll blow up.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
SpongeBob.
Like literally, you look at that picture of Squidward, it's like they just wanted a reason to make it look like he had a front ass.
I'm
Like,
dummy thick.
He fucking
I'm
was.
dummy sick, SpongeBob.
Damn it. Oh
Oh,
God. Shit. What the hell was Endo's answer at this point? I don't even remember.
some Canadian place no one cares about because it's
a
Canadian.
fast food burger joint. Yeah,
Yeah.
Canadian burger joint.
Okay, so I mean, look, it's fucking garbage, but I mean, McDonald's is still up there for a reason.
It's king. I love their breakfast still. Those hash browns are king. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh my
but
god,
fuck
they're
yeah.
so good. They're so good.
Like my top three today. I mean, I'm not sure of the order. McDonald's would be in the top three.
Wow, you're like you only
Firehouse.
get one sin, and you get three right now. Go
Well,
fuck
fine.
yourself.
You can go three then. I'm just trying to say these are what I'm trying to pick between. And
Yeah,
it's
I
tough.
gotcha. I know.
I'd throw Firehouse Subs into the mix for number one.
Firehouse subs. Oh, this
yeah,
is the U.S. branches and all that.
It
yeah,
is.
so
It
it's
is
fair.
a U.S. branch thing. They're fucking delicious though.
I feel like I've
Subway.
seen those, but I don't know if I have one near me.
And then I mean,
Oh, dude.
I gotta throw Chipotle into the mix at this point now too.
Oh yeah,
I gotta do
Chipotle.
Are you Burger Bowl or
I gotta do it.
Are you Burrito Bowl or what do you get from there? What's your Chipotle?
I'm a burrito bowl type
Oh,
of
yeah.
guy at this point. Yeah. So
It's somehow
Yeah.
more healthy, even though that company is overall owned by McDonald's.
yeah, which is it's all just one big scheme.
And every few years they have an E. coli outbreak, and it's great. And everyone shits
There you go.
themselves
Beautiful.
hard.
There you go.
All right,
Sin,
so
really
if I
quick-
get a top three, yeah.
Really quickly for you, we will give you your top three. Double check that it didn't switch your microphone to your webcam, just in case. It sounded
does
like
it sound like shit.
it might just be latency between the call, and I'm not sure. So we'll go to that. Endo, did you have two others you wanted to mention? And if we go top three,
Yes. So I said fucking Hero Certified Burgers. Actually, obviously McDonald's is up there just for the fact that it's so quick to get and they're so versatile with their options. I used to eat the fuck out of their salad for some fucking reason. I don't know why.
motherfucker went to
And-
McDonald's to get a salad.
You know what? I got a nice burger, nice Big Mac. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll just get a salad. That's the worst
Weird.
thing on the fucking menu. Their salads are the worst thing you can eat on their menu. No wonder why I got fat. Shit.
Is
How
it
did-
better now? Sorry to cut you off, but is my
I think,
mic-
I think it sounds a little bit better. I can't really tell. There's probably nothing we can do
Okay.
to fix it for the moment.
I
So
can't even click on settings here in Zencaster, so
There you go. I don't know. It might just be a latency thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Endo.
I'll
What was
I'll
the
be able to
third?
fix it in post anyway, so it's good.
There you go.
Then the third one would probably be. Is it cheap? No, it's that. I was gonna say on all you can eat buffet. That's not really fast food. I mean, the food's already there for you, but that's.
I
kinda
would
cheap.
I would also consider a buffet a form of fast food.
really,
Yeah, because the food is
You
available.
just
to
show
you.
up and it's there.
I guess.
Yeah.
But like you sit down though. I mean, it's still like
True.
you can't like take that shit to go though.
Okay.
Like you can't walk
Okay.
into a buffet and just take it to go.
So buffet is like the middle point.
Yeah, but a
Yeah.
buffet is a buffet. That's why we have a word for it.
Hey,
I mean-
fuck you.
You
Yeah, you might be right, but have you considered fuck you?
yeah.
Uh,
Get a nice portion of fuck off with those harsh browns you're serving me. Jesus. Third one. I don't know. Fucking
cool. Sin, what are your other two?
fucking Denny's. I don't know. Shit. Fucking Grand Slam at like fucking 3 a.m. Like why
I'll
the
allow
fuck
you to
not?
stay at Denny's because when I was on tour, they were doing that special where touring bands ate for free. That was fucking killer. Anyway, yeah. So I have to say In-N-Out because of California. You're obligated to. It's in your contract.
Fair.
But it's also really fucking good. I don't care what anyone says. Fuck everyone from Texas who says Whataburger is any good. That shit is trash Burger King. So yeah, In-N-Out's going to be in there. And then I got to, as much as I do want to say McDonald's, like, it is fucking lit. I got to say this because it trips people out. I still got to say Taco Bell because even though I'm surrounded by incredible Mexican food, sometimes I want shitty American ripoff. Like, those tacos in the hot sauce. It's the hot sauce in the lettuce that does it. I don't know why. Like, the hot sauce on the lettuce is so fucking good. And then they have those shitty quesadillas, which are terrible and good. Yeah.
Yeah. Honorable mention is definitely Taco Bell for me. Holy shit. That's what I say after eating Taco Bell. Holy shit.
Well, now that everyone's hungry,
I'm hungry
next question comes from Scroopy Noopers.
I just worked out too, fuckers. God damn it.
What type of museum would you prefer to visit? An art, natural history, humanities, or technology/science museum? Are there any specifics that are your favorite or ones you'd like to see? If you could go to a museum, what type of museum would it be? Endo Mills.
Me first. So it's really funny that I live relatively downtown where that like both of the biggest museums that are like in here are like, I shit you not, like maybe like a 10-minute walk from me. Every time we're gonna go back into school, like way back when I was a young youth, we would always go to we would hate trips going to the art gallery and we would love trips going to the ROM because that's so many interactive things and you can just walk around and crawl under everything like a scurrying mice. But I want to go see there's a museum that's actually right by where I'm at, and it's the Bata Shoe Museum, and it has like different shoes across all times and periods and different type of like stuff to see. I've always walked by it. Like I walk by it almost every day, and I've never really like spent time inside there to like really see like, you know, the history of shoes. They probably got some like sneakers there that like historical icons have worn.
Welcome to the Jordan exhibit.
Probably just the entire like left wing.
Jordan played guard.
Sin.
Sorry.
A museum option
Shut
for
up.
you.
Dude, I don't know. I'm not like huge on museums. I enjoy them. I went to one in Finland, which was really cool. It was like you fucking went underground for it essentially, and like it was about the underworld and how like cultures have perceived the underworld, and all the art was about the underworld in some way. It was really cool. There's like this fucking huge minotaur made out of something.
Well, next time we go back, buddy, we're going. You get to
it was
go
pretty
again.
Sick. But fuck yeah, it's tough. I mean, I've also been to the Louvre and stuff, so I've seen my fair share of like awesome museums. But yeah, now I would say at this point, I think the coolest thing for me to go to would be some kind of a technology or science museum, because I can't really recall one of those that I've been to, and I don't know.
Oh man, you got to come to the science center here.
Well, it's like like what like. I'm trying to think like what would it be like? I would love to go to just like like an astrophysicist museum and just learn shit. Like, you know,
you just have Neil deGrasse Tyson mansplaining to you the whole fucking time.
Oh fuck yeah, please!
I could listen to him for 5 seconds before wanting to punch him in the face.
Really? I notice you don't like him. I don't mind him, but yeah, at times he can definitely be overbearing. I will say that. But I liked when he did it to Joe. I liked when he did it to Joe Rogan.
Fuck you, that's Bill Nye. Bill Nye is the rock star of science. Fuck you. Neil deGrasse Tyson's the fucking Elon Musk of science. They're both pompous cucks.
Jesus Christ.
Sick of it. Anyway, I grew up in a really artsy town, so art museums can fuck off. Although they are fun to go to.
Neil the Cuck Tyson, sorry.
There you go, episode title.
God, I'm gonna be scrolling through to watch the next to listen to the next Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast. I'm just gonna see in my feed Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh God!
Brilliant.
You're welcome.
God. Also got dragged to there was a local like automotive history museum around where I grew up too. Took like 2 or 3 field trips to that in my time throughout grade school.
Well, that'd be annoying.
Wouldn't go back, But that was probably the best field trip I ever had. That might be a question I ask you to in a minute. That was the spot of the best field trip I ever had, because for some reason they decided it was a good idea to let my dad be a chaperone. So it's just me and my best friends and my dad acting like fucking idiots the entire time. To the point at the end, we went outside early, and my dad and my best friend, we were 12, 13, and my best friend shoots for a double leg takedown on my dad in the parking lot.
What the fuck?
And they just start fucking wrestling, and the bus driver is just laughing his ass off. Like, just God bless that museum. God bless good field trips.
All right,
Fuck
nice.
automotive museums though, because I'm not really a car guy. But good memory there.
Oh,
The
it's got
Hockey
a
Hall,
V8 engine. Oh my god.
the Hockey Hall of Fame. That's a museum I haven't been to that I want to go to.
Oh, you're fucking coming. You're coming here. I'm gonna show around town, brother.
Aside from that, I don't know, like the American History Museum or the American Museum of Natural History in New York. I've always kind of wanted to go to. See me a fucking T-Rex, stuff like that would be fun. But yeah, the Hockey Hall of Fame is technically a museum. I haven't been there. I want to go. That's a cheap answer. I am well aware. Well aware.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I've seen the archive. Like the art, like there's a Hockey Hall of Fame, and then there's like the archive of the Hockey Hall of Fame. So like stuff they don't have on display, they kind of store. I think I talked about this before on the podcast.
That's
And
where
they
Nicolas Cage sold the Declaration of Independence from, right?
Yeah, basically. So where the Toronto Maple Leafs practice, the MasterCard Center, or Ford Performance Center, whatever you want to call it. There's like they have like their own like Etobicoke Hockey Hall of Fame, and then inside there is the archive where they have stuff that aren't on display, and they'll move it back and forth, and that's where they have like the cup, like the legitimate cup, because there's like 3 cups that go around. There's like the touring cup, the one on display at the Hockey Hall of Fame, and there's like the actual like fucking cup. Like that's where it is over there. So like being able to
Stanley's
see that
Cup,
was pretty awesome.
engraved in gold.
Yeah. What?
I'm firing on all cylinders here at this point. It's been a long day. I'm jealous. Is what I'm gonna go for.
I'll take you. I'll show you around town to give you what for.
There you go. I'll be broke because it's Toronto and holy fuck. Oh, our next question. Screw it. From Hawks. It's for Sin and I. Your unbiased pick for who ends up in the Super Bowl this year. Sin, have you paid attention to the NFL at all this offseason?
No, I don't. Like, I just don't. I have too much shit I have to keep up with. No. Like, I keep up with the hockey off seasons. I watch the NHL or the NFL when it starts. Like, I'm not a super into it. Fuck if I know. Like, unbiased pick, I don't have one. I'm gonna hope that the Packers make it in and see Aaron Rodgers and his Nicolas Cage from fucking Con Air look go to the Super Bowl. Y'all see that? You see him run? You guys saw him coming up in a wife beater and jeans. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with that man?
Speaking of people I hate, Aaron Rodgers.
Listen up, liberal. My wife left me.
Yeah.
My wife left me before I got cocked.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, 2018. Look, if it has to be unbiased, now it said who was going to end up in the Super Bowl. I don't have a choice for NFC. The Buffalo Bills are going to win the Super Bowl.
The Bills.
I said it. There you go. We're finally going to give Buffalo something. It might be another Super Bowl
Great, I can
disappointment.
listen to this podcast again. It's not utter trash. Finally, giving the Bills.
Oh,
God, we gotta have our architects back on the podcast. What the fuck?
Really
Why is he so
gotta.
busy? What a prick.
God damn it. Imagine working for a living. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus. And our final question comes from Broken Wheelchair. It is hockey related. Imagine that. Since the NHL brought in the 8-year cap on contracts, which max length deal aged the worst, the quickest? So, I'm going to go over I'm going to go over some of these because we're pretty much going back towards like 2017-ish is pretty much what we're looking at.
When was the max 8? Oh, okay.
As far as I can tell, based off of what is listed on One Cap Friendly, that in terms of the 8-year deal, it is going back towards 2017 in terms of the signings that are out there. I mean, before that, technically, I mean, shit, Brent Burns signed an 8-year deal in 2016.
Yeah. So when was the cap? I think what they're asking is when the NHL, like that was after one of the lockouts where they said, okay, you can
NHL
only...
8-year contract rule. Let's see if I can find when this was properly implemented.
I feel like after
Check the year that
2000...
Crosby signed his deal.
God, would it have been
Because
that
that was
long ago?
right before they changed the CBA agreement.
Oh, goodness. See, now this becomes
Because he signed a 12-year, I think, right?
No, you're thinking of
did he?
Ovechkin, who signed a 13-year contract.
What the fuck did Crosby sign for 8.7 mil?
Goodness. So when did the NHL add the 8-year contract max? When did they? Oh God, I can't seem to find it.
Well, this
I can't
sucks. Thanks,
seem
Broken Wheelchair, for providing the
find it.
information
Yeah,
necessary to
you
answer
really
your
should have
question.
given us the year.
Right? Oh my god.
Son of a bitch. But okay, so in terms of 8-year deals, the first one that comes up on Cap Friendly is Alexei Yashin in 2001. That was technically a 10-year deal though.
Yeah.
So let's see how far back I can find for 8-year
It was at
deals.
least because Ovi was drafted in what, 2004?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then after if it was the 05-06 lockout, he wouldn't have had that extension in place yet. So I think the 8-year cap would have had to happen sometime in the mid 2000s. Like or the late or the 2010s. I have no clue, but
I'm trying to find when this podcast has come to a screeching halt.
yeah, thanks, Broken Wheelchair. Fuck.
So the Ovi 13-year deal was January of 2008.
Oh,
so the
okay.
limit wasn't there yet. Technically, Shea Weber signed his 14-year extension with the Preds in 2012. After 2012, the max is 8. So it had to have been after the 2013 lockout is when the 8-year max was added.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yes,
so,
I knew it was a lockout. I couldn't remember which one, though.
There's obviously been a lot of 8-year deals at this point. It's not really worth going over all of them, especially when the first ever 8-year deal that was signed under that new CBA was Travis Zajac with the Devils.
Right. Zajac, sorry, my bad.
God, like that 8-year deal has been around for long enough that like Getzlaf and Perry both signed 8-year deals in March of 2013 with the Ducks, that type of thing. I'm trying to look for like an egregious 8-year deal. PK Subban, 8 years in Montreal in August 2014. LOL.
Yeah, that didn't age well.
Let's see. Jake Voracek's 8-year deal with the Flyers as of 2015, which I believe he is still under contract for now with Columbus. Yep, he's still got 1 year left after this on that, by the way.
Yep.
That one, I mean, how many assists does he have, right?
Yeah.
Brent Seabrook signed an 8-year deal at 31 years old in 2015. That one's, considering, God, who the hell, that's Tampa that has that as an LTIR now.
Yeah.
For the next 2 years. That one didn't age very well. Kopitar, Stamkos, Ekblad, Jamie Benn, and Tyler Seguin both got 8-year deals from Dallas. Those are looking kind of rough at this stage.
This is hard to judge because like some of them are still ongoing. Some people could turn it around. They're still in that point, but I don't know.
Brent Burns' 8-year deal with the Sharks at 32 years old.
No, he's great.
Marc-Edouard Vlasic's 8-year deal with the Sharks at 31 years old.
That would be mine because he fell off a fucking cliff.
Carey Price, 8 years with Montreal in 2017. Ryan Johansson, 8 years with Nashville.
Vlasic or Doughty, that's mine.
You know, Vlasic is winning for me right now. Michael Matheson's 8-year deal with the Panthers in 2017.
He got an
My
8-year
God.
deal?
Yeah, he did. He got an 8-year deal. He's still currently under that contract. Of course, he's now with Montreal. Was previously with Pittsburgh. He was
Yep.
just traded for Petrie. Drew Doughty's 8-year deal. It's still ongoing. Again, I mentioned Sagan, Jeff Skinner in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, that actually aged poorly immediately, but he's kind of having a resurgence.
Yeah. Eric Carlson's 8-year deal too.
He
Isn't
produces.
Bobrovsky on an 8-year deal?
No. Yes.
No, because he was a free agent. No, he was a free agent. He couldn't be on.
So
8.
it must have been 7. Yeah, it couldn't have been 8 because it wasn't a sign and trade. You were correct. So yeah, right now, based off of those, I think Marc-Edouard Vlasic has my shout at this stage for the worst deal, the worst 8-year deal since that 2012-2013 lockout.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
There you go. So what did we learn today, everybody? A little bit more details in the questions if it's going to be that loaded of a question.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was beautiful. But thank you for the questions, as always. We talked about fast food for a very long time. Let's get into talking about some of the very few things that are happening in the hockey world. We'll start off with, hey, boys, did you know the World Juniors are currently ongoing?
No, but it explains the question, the DMs I got regarding Bordelot. I was like, what the fuck? Is preseason started? Why are people asking me about Bordelot? I'm like, oh, it's World Juniors.
I believe the
Oh my
Team
God.
USA is the
Attendance
leading
has been-
scorer, Thomas Bordelot.
The fucking attendance has been piss poor. Like it's bad.
Yeah.
Good.
I was
So,
listening to the one
Like,
Stephen
sorry
Ellis,
for the players, but that's what all the organizations fucking get.
Yeah, I've one Stephen Ellis working for the hockey news was just live tweeting some of it, and I shit you not, one of the games there was 0 marked for attendance, 0 in a prelim game. Apparently, the first few games for Canada was like maybe like 1,000 people. Like,
so it's a combination of it's the summer. You know, again, this
Yeah.
was supposed to take place when it normally does in the winter. But again, COVID cancellation.
We're still in a panini.
Yes. You have the Hockey Canada controversy that's kind of, turned people off of just being like, it's a combination of a bunch of different factors. And, again, in terms of the group stage, how exciting is it really? Like if we look at it, both Canada and the U.S. both win a perfect 4-0, undefeated in their group stage. We get to the quarterfinals now. Finland beat Germany 5-2. Next up, you have Sweden, Latvia, Canada, Switzerland, and the U.S. and Czechia. So presumably, the Big Four will end up as the Final Four, and that's pretty much when the tournament's really on. Like, no disrespect, there could be an upset, but it's just kind of a perfect storm of people not caring as much as they normally would, which is a bit of a shame. Like, it's nice that this tournament is still happening for the guys who would have lost out on the opportunity to play had it just outright been canceled.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is kind of tough to get people to overly care about hockey in August, Yeah. It's a little bit tough. But like for Canada, like Mason McTavish has been insane. Obviously, Connor Bedard at his age getting a lot of attention. Maybe the best wrist shot we've ever seen, for fuck's sake. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the cannon.
And for me, like I haven't paid attention. I just haven't been able to care. A big part of hockey is the atmosphere, and having very few people in the stands hurts. The only time it didn't hurt is during the bubble playoffs, when it's like, well, shit, at least we have something, because we thought, when the hell are we going to see this again? As opposed to now, where it's summer. I've been busy as shit this summer. I mean, God, I don't know how many times I've taken this desk. Again, the best investment I ever made in terms of what I do for Twitch and YouTube. I have essentially a pop-up desk, a collapsible desk. You just take like the desktop off, the frame folds in, easy transport. I've been on the move pretty much all summer. Fucking weddings, going to this, going to that. Like, it's been crazy. Like, yeah, the World Juniors, they're like the furthest thing from my mind to actually pay attention to and watch. But Thomas
Yeah.
Bordlow, am I right?
Yeah, but Thomas Bohr, I don't know. Yeah, good. I'm glad he's doing good. I like I said, just kind of haven't been paying as much attention to hockey because there's just been, like you said, like there's so much negativity surrounding it. Like I just lost some interest in it, and I didn't want to continue to delve into it because more often than not, I'm always seeing some shitty thing going on. So I'm just like, cool. I'll just wait for the season. I'll just try to be an observer. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like there's so yeah, but I completely agree. It's like there's no point in watching teams steamroll one another.
Yeah.
And this is what I really like. Igor Larionov Jr. made this comment. Like the NHL needs a competitive summer league, not the fucking whatever, the boys league or whatever that's called, the beauties or whatever. That's not really a competitive league. Like you think of NBA, they got the summer league and stuff like that. Like for these young guys to make a name for themselves, the unsigned people to like, and it's competitive. Like if I think hockey needs that because like what you have, if you want to keep interest up for things like the World Juniors or something, but yeah, I mean, watching teams just steamroll other teams constantly, like doesn't feel good, and it's not fun to watch at all. So yeah, people just waiting for the actual competitive hockey.
Right. No,
Yeah. So the thing about that too, not to interrupt, but the rookie camp thing is kind of like usually done, but it's not really televised or like put on a biggest spotlight. So like I think I replied to that tweet saying like that would be a great idea, but like I know some teams have like internal stuff where like they'll do a little trip here there, but it's not like an actual league setup. That'd be pretty cool.
Anything above what there is now is kind of where I'm at. To just be like, hey, let's figure this out, type of thing.
Yeah.
In terms of what's going on NHL wise, I mean, and I'm gonna skip over what we had in our run sheet just to mention like free agency. There's nothing going on at the NHL level either, and I don't think that helps for the interest with the World Juniors. The biggest news of the past week is that Jack Johnson just signed in Chicago. When that's the biggest notable story.
I was like, the musician? What?
Like, you have other RFAs, ELCs that were signed, but we've hit that dead zone where guys like Kadri, Paul Stastny are out there and are going to continue to be out there. RFAs like Ottinger and Robertson still haven't signed. It's the dead period that we always hit in between free agency and the start of the offseason. But the one interesting thing that popped up, surprise, surprise, another story surrounding the Vegas Golden Knights. No, this time they didn't trade someone away for nothing. But it was announced that goaltender Robin Lehner is expected to miss the entire upcoming season after hip surgery. Hoping for the best for him, but that type of surgery is a fucking toss-up for goalies as to whether or not you can kind of bounce back at the same level. That is the type of injury and surgery that just caused Tuukka Rask to retire. Couldn't do it anymore. Other goalies, I think like Pekka Rinne, Semyon Varlamov had hip surgeries. They were okay. Someone like Thatcher Demko, granted he was significantly younger when it happened, I think had hip surgery, if not double hip surgery. You just never know. It depends on the person. But it's a bit of a rough spot to see Robin Lehner out. We'll talk about what that means for Vegas in a minute. But, I mean, Sin, you hadn't heard about this before you kind of looked over our run sheet today. But, yeah, Robin Lehner presumably out for the year.
The first thing that comes to my mind is not even a chirp at Vegas. I'm really, really concerned for Lehner's well-being simply because the recovery for that's going to be fucking brutal, and that man has a history of substance abuse. So if he's likely going to opt out of any sort of opioid painkiller and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that's going to mean for his recovery. That may even take even longer and stuff like that. I'm hoping Vegas supports him along the way because they fucking should. They sign him to a contract, which means you take care of that player in all things. I just can't help but feel like they're going to try to throw his ass away. Like, look what they did to the face of the franchise Fleury. They moved on for new toy Robin Lehner. Well, new toy now has something wrong with it.
Right. At the same time, in terms of other unfortunate injury news, Nolan Patrick is expected to end up on LTIR again for an upper body issue.
Poor guy.
Yeah, this guy's 23 years old, man.
That's it.
He'll turn 24 next month.
Jesus.
Just again, like this is someone like some people try to meme it, which I think is rather cruel. This is a kid who legitimately had #1 overall potential in the year that Nico Hischier went above him, but had a lot of injury issues in his final year in the dub with the Brandon Wheat Kings. Only played 33 games, had 46 points, which is a pretty damn good pace. And since then, in 73 games with the Flyers, 30 points. It's not bad in his rookie year. 72 games, 30 points. Again, not too bad. Not #1, #2 overall pick hype, but then 52 games, 25 games. Like, it's just the injury issues that have been there. And of course, like 72 games in 2018-19, again, and then he missed the entirety of the 19-20 season, which of course was shortened anyway. It just sucks. Yeah. It sucks. I think this is one of those situations where it's just Nolan Patrick's going to be a name I think that unfortunately you see pop up in the next 10 years on the what if type of thing. Which I don't know, man. Seems like a really nice guy. Just sucks to see this happen. Hopefully it doesn't mean the end of his career, but it's just a bummer.
I remember. Go for it.
I was going to say, let's just hope a certain news article doesn't write a draft or bust thinking and put Nolan Patrick on there, considering the injuries. I feel
like he'll be listed on all the biggest busts of all time lists for sure.
Oh yeah,
fair enough. Well, he'll be there.
Yeah, I feel like I don't really know. Like, I don't really feel morally how I would feel about putting someone who had like career-ending injuries or if they could have died or whatever kind of thing on a boomer bust thing, because I don't know. I just feel weird about that.
Like, here's a guy. It's like here's a guy. He's got a fucking migraine issue. Like, he literally couldn't play because it was essentially torturous for him to be under the fucking lights in the arena.
Yeah.
But he, again, people still like, it was a bust though. Like, I don't know, man.
Who was that?
Sports culture. Nolan Patrick. That's one of the reasons why he missed a lot of time. He had a fucking migraine issue. Yeah.
I remember the sports hernia, dude. Yeah, this poor guy. He's had so much, man.
Yeah.
Like, I know how that feels. But yeah, I remember that so much because that was one of the times that I really remember. I delved so deep into that draft class. I remember my mock draft. I only missed on 5 selections in the first round. Like, I fucking killed it because I was like legit scouting them, watching hours and hours of footage, especially of Patrick and Hischier. And man, Patrick, he had so much cool potential. Like, he could have been sick. Like, big body, could skate, and it just sucks to see it go that way in LTIR. And it was weird for me that Vegas even traded for him. I was like, man, with his history, what are they doing? And well,
yeah, they moved on from Cody Glass in that trade. It was kind of weird. Like, I don't blame them for just being like, oh shit, maybe we can get it to work out here, but it hasn't at the moment. So for Vegas in general, obviously now with Nolan Patrick out, they're going to have to rely on some younger guys to step up into that offensive lineup. But the big question...
They traded all of them.
They traded most of them. Like, you're looking at Jake Lesishin, who just re-signed today at 23 years old. You're looking at, some of the other younger guys, Pavel Dorofeyev, Mason Primo. Like, who knows for them?
Bunch of names where everyone says, huh? Who? That sucks for Vegas, but they did it to themselves.
Yeah.
I at this point is a time where even if a rival is going through this, I'd feel kind of bad. Nope. with how annoying their fucking fan base has been and how fucking pompous as shit that organization has been as a whole and how they've treated their players and how every time one of them leaves, you hear them say something else about how poorly the organization is run. I don't care. Fuck them. I hope they burn. That's what Gary Bettman gets for rigging everything in their favor. I said
it. In terms of goaltending, Leonard's out, so their goaltending projected to be Laurent Brossoit, Logan Thompson. The initial reactions, without Leonard, they're fucked, which I don't think is fair.
No,
because just a few months ago, everyone's like, oh, they got Logan Thompson. They should trade Robin Leonard. And then Robin Leonard gets hurt. No, they're fucked now. It's like, no, Logan Thompson was really fucking solid for them. He is the reason they had even an outside chance at the end of the season to potentially make the playoffs. Do we not remember some of the shootouts that he was involved in down the stretch at the end of the season, like standing on his head? They went to 2-3 shootouts in a row, and they didn't score a fucking goal for him. They were 0 for 17. He only gave up 1 goal on each of the attempts. but they lost because the team couldn't fucking score for him. Like, Logan Thompson deserves a chance and will likely be their starter. You have Brossois as a veteran who's up and
Yeah,
down.
Brossois was an AHL goalie for the Sharks. I remember that. Or was that Bebo? Whatever. Anyway.
Brossois was AHL goalie for the he was, I think it was for the Sharks, and he was one for the Jets.
All right, let's see if you guys get yelled at. Laurent Brossois played in the AHL with the Abbotsford Heat, randomly enough. The Bakersfield Condors, never with the
He's
Sharks.
a journeyman.
I
Never in the
Bebo
AHL with the Jets either. Yell
Shit,
at
I
him,
thought
everybody. Yell at him.
Yell at me. I'll pull it.
So, all in all, I don't think Vegas is like, oh, they're totally screwed because Robin Lehner's hurt. It doesn't help. Although, if anything, it might help in a certain way because it gives them a little bit more cap space.
They could have used that.
Like they're $6 million over right now, but they have $7.8 million of Shea Weber coming off the books through LTIR. And then you factor in another $5 million for Robin Lehner. If it turns out Logan Thompson was the guy, you do end up with a little bit of maneuverability to do what Vegas does all the time.
Nazem
Kadri. Exactly. Somehow, some way, Nazem Kadri. Aside from that, boys, these final two topics were two that we kind of talked about before the show, and it's like, look, these were two of the most popular talking points of this past week on Twitter, on Reddit. Do we talk about them? The first one, it's not overly controversial. It's just how much can we really talk about. But Jonathan Huberdeau just became the second active player in the NHL behind Ben Lovejoy in 2017 to announce that upon his passing, he will donate his brain to science, which is something I think we're going to continue to see happen. Like, players are going to continue to commit to this. And what I said to Sim before the show was the idea is that by the time Jonathan Huberdeau, who is 30, by the time he passes away, the good thing is we should already know so much more. Think about it just in the past 5, 10, 15 years, how much sports have changed, the knowledge around concussion issues. God, who the hell was it? There have been actually numerous NFL players that have retired young to say, I'm not going to deal with concussion issues. Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers comes to mind for me.
Marshawn Lynch?
I don't know if Marshawn Lynch retired because of concussion issues.
No.
But like Luke Kuechly retired at like 28, 29? Prime of his career. One of the best linebackers in the league. Started to deal with concussion issues. Fuck this, I'm out. Smart move. I think was Calvin Johnson the same? I don't know, Sid, if you remember, but Calvin Johnson retiring from the Detroit Lions. I don't remember if that was the reason as well. I think some of it was
I don't know. All I know is
the health concerns. But I mean, you're talking about one of the fucking best wide receivers of his era just being like, yeah, fucking him out. He's already in the fucking Pro Football Hall of Fame, by the way. Calvin Johnson. He's 36. That's weird as fuck. He belongs there, though. I think with someone like Huberdeau, again, this is just going to be the continued trend. And the hope is, again, like I said, that by the time Jonathan Huberdeau does call it a career, that not necessarily that, him donating his brain won't be helpful, but it won't be as drastic of a shock as it has been for people that have already been in that situation, that have passed away. And, what we've learned about CTE, especially in the past, like I said, 10, 15 years, it's not going to be as much of like a holy fuck, like it's this bad.
Yeah.
Like that's the hope.
Yeah. It's just a good thing. I mean, science is great. Like,
except if you're Neil deGrasse Tyson, then your science is fucked. Fuck you.
The more
Tyson.
Yeah, the more we know about these kind of stuff, like, it's just all for the better. So, like, the hope is there, but for me, it's like knowledge never stops. There's always more to learn.
True.
Like, and who knows the tools that we have when he does pass away in hopefully 50 plus years. Maybe we can discover more shit. Like, I think it's great of him. That's excellent forethought And I think we should never always remain vigilant and always seek to learn more and never think that the work is going to be done in anything because it never is.
USA. USA.
USA.
Vote Sin for
US.
president.
Please.
You said it so perfectly, so articulately. That was beautiful. Thank you. And now we'll drop that that prepared, or not prepared, but now we'll drop the formalness
Yeah.
to laugh at the Minnesota Wild.
Oh
Yes.
man.
We debated talking about this too, but look, at the end of the day, we're just three liberal cucks who like to laugh.
Liberal. Okay.
Excuse me, I'm a Nordic leftist.
There you go. So the Minnesota Wild pretty much took the biggest story of the week, aside from, I guess, Wayne Gretzky getting sued for like a weight loss chewing gum thing. I don't know. That's fucking weird.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh, sweet. I gotta look that up. That's gonna be a fun
Okay,
rabbit
so
hole.
I'll give you the rundown of it because I looked it up before this. I woke up this morning. It's like, what the fuck did Wade do? So
Who's
apparently he
suing
endorsed.
President? Like, fuck, did he rape someone? God damn it, no.
Yeah, apparently he endorsed a chewing gum that was supposedly supposed to help you lose weight because he said, I chewed this gum for like a few months and lost like 50 pounds or whatever the fuck. I'm like, Wayne, I know you're great, but you're not that great. Like, come on. And apparently the person wants 10 fucking million. 10 million.
That's a little excessive, but all right.
Go
You
for
know,
100K, but 10 mil.
feel like-
Jesus Christ.
There was someone who dropped this on Reddit, because pretty much the idea. I mean, it is just this gigantic scheme. Like, you know, the best part though, if you read the article, you want to know who's suing Wayne Gretzky?
Who?
The guy who invented the gum.
Oh my God, no fucking way.
Yep. So basically, he's out on his ass, and it's like a business relationship gone wrong. But yeah, seeing Wayne Gretzky being sued for $10 million was quite the headline. But in comparison to the Minnesota Wild, who got canceled, horrible cancellations, cancel culture, fucking frogs gay.
It got canceled
Minnesota Wild
on Twitter.
announced that they were going to have.
Nixon. The fuck was
I am not
that,
the
man?
Whenever I think of Richard Nixon, all I think of is his head in a jar in Futurama. Every time. God, and fucking Jesus too. Now this weekend, fuck it, let's keep avoiding this topic. I finally, like, randomly, I was at my parents and they're just like, "What do you want to watch?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Let's find something." First thing I literally hit the fucking surprise me button on Reddit, and it played The Nice Guys, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe as like a Starsky and Hutch style, almost like buddy cop movie. Fucking
I'll have to see that
hilarious.
because I love both of them, and I've never heard of that.
No,
What the
me either.
fuck?
It came out in 2016. Had never heard of it.
What?
If you want just like a stupid movie to laugh at, mwah, beautiful.
Yes, because I love Russell Crowe. He's one of my favorite actors of
Well,
all
you
time.
watch that,
and Ryan Gosling's
and
fantastic.
tell me what you think of Richard Nixon by the end of it.
Okay,
I'll leave
all
it
right.
at that. So the Minnesota Wild are fucking stupid. They announced that they were going to have a law enforcement appreciation night, which, you know what, inherently fine. On its own, fine. Like, yes, we in America have this overly obsessed attitudes towards stuff like that. In terms of praising law enforcement, like, look, I'm of two minds. Right? Let's get really political with this one. I'm of two minds. Shit's fucked, but let's be reasonable with how we handle it, type of thing. The Minnesota Wild were not overly reasonable, because for Law Enforcement Appreciation Night, they decided to release a T-shirt.
Here it comes.
Of a hockey stick.
Yeah.
In a Thin Blue Line T-shirt.
There it is.
In terms of reading the room, holy fuck. They
how
then
are the PR departments of NHL teams so bad? You think of Chicago, you think of Minnesota. Is this a Central Division thing or fuck?
now look, for me, like I said, if I'm not on the side, like, look, bottom line is, like, I'm not on the side of, like, you're in law enforcement, you're inherently an evil fucking person. Like, I'm not on that side of things. At the same time, this is in Minnesota. Minneapolis, St. Paul, where there are numerous names you can think of in recent years. I'll name 3: Dante Wright, Amir Locke, George Floyd, where all those incidents took part in that part of the country. They released this shirt, and then they make a statement, an
this is good.
apology that I will read verbatim.
Well, is it an apology?
Statement from the Minnesota Wild regarding use of the thin blue line symbol for their Law Enforcement Appreciation Night. We understand the black and blue flag symbol means many things to many people. What are those things that it means? Because it might have started off as like, yeah, more of a positive thing, but if you've been in the United States of America for the past fucking however long you want to really think about it, what does that symbol mean to... what does that symbol mean? It does mean a lot of things to a lot of people, doesn't it? Our only intention was to show support for law enforcement for the outstanding work they do in our local communities. George Floyd.
This is fun. This is a fun time right now. I'm just gonna sit here and let this bask in this. This is amazing.
Moving forward, we'll work hard to show appreciation for various groups in ways that best reflect our shared community values.
Here's the thing. No, they won't.
By having a red blue line shirt. Like what?
No one ever does. You know, the only thing that get nights, like special nights in sports, it's military and cops. So why is that?
Because
Number
we're the
one,
United States of America.
Yeah, well, number one, the DoD pays sports teams to do that, and they pay them to have the anthem before sports things. That's relatively new invent, by the way. Yeah, so no, you're not going to. They're speaking out of their ass because there's no firefighters night. There's teachers night. We saw teachers night in the ECHL, and they fucking threw money on the ground and made them claw for it.
Fucking rats.
Like,
I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Yeah. And that's not appreciation. That's not honor. Like it's absolutely insane to me. Like that. It's like they're such full of shit. Like that's the worst PR move that you can do. And I don't understand how you can be so bad at your job and, like you said, so bad at reading a room here, and how you could say outstanding work that they've done when in May you're just tweeting, as we remember George Floyd, we block. Fuck you.
Like one of the top responses on
the money. They remember the money. That's all they remember. Honestly.
One of the top responses was, "This is why you need to hire women of color, especially people of color, to tell you exactly when you're fucking up."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
how insensitive can you be? Like I don't. How do you not have like a panel of people on like fuck the fact that the people of color are on there? Like you could have that as well too. But how do you like look at current events that are happening right now and not see that I would say province, but your state has had an issue with certain things happening? But yeah, let's just go put that on there and praise it. There are other things you could have done instead of using that line. I'm fine with having a awareness night for armed forces, police, firefighters, and all that stuff like that, because there are good people in those communities who would.
Here's a way to do it: have a first responders night, and
bam,
you can honor the police, the firemen, the paramedics, who all fucking deserve to be honored, but it's only ever the cops. And
you can put 3 colors on that flag instead of 1. Look at that. You knock 3 birds with 1 stone. Come on.
Well, it's weird because you got red for firefighters, blue for cops. almost like you could just use the American fucking flag to be like, yeah, we want to celebrate these people. Jesus fucking Christ. Out of all things, that's what frustrates me the fucking most is this idea of we're going to take the flag and change the meaning. I thought that's what you hated, you dumb motherfuckers. Like, just have the flag be the flag. America, don't you love it? Why are you trying to change it? You always say if you're trying to change it, leave it. Love it or leave it. The fuck? I don't get this fucking obsession with the fucking thin blue line fucking flag.
Well, it's identity politics, which they also claim to hate.
Yeah, that's too, huh?
Patriotism. Yeah. Wow, it's basically I hate this thing when they do it, but when I do it,
It's fine,
I
of
like the
course.
thing.
Some comments on Reddit. Never would have expected the Wild to back the Blues.
Nice. Yeah. Let's get some levity to end this out.
The Minnesota Wild coming in hot with the divorced dad drip.
Oh my god! Someone should sponsor that night and give them like the fucking dad glasses, the sports dad glasses.
Oh my god!
Those are good.
Law Enforcement Appreciation Night now with the fucking dual canned beer hats.
Oh, that's it.
Oh god! Just that's where we're at in the off season, everybody. This being one of the top stories, like just Jesus Christ.
But they subsequently deleted the tweet, and then they didn't even tweet out the apology, right? It's just like they put it somewhere. They just
you were saying that. Let's go to the Minnesota
I couldn't
Wild
find the
Twitter
tweets.
account.
I don't know when it happened, obviously, but I scrolled through the Minnesota. I went all the way back to like it was like the 10th of August.
It's not in the Minnesota Wild main Twitter account. Is it still up on their PR account?
Oh boy.
No, it is not.
Yeah.
So they fucking just deleted everything.
Good.
Uh,
And people need to stop acting like they're a victim. If they really fucking like, everyone's like, "Oh, you made them do it." Like, no, you don't. They if they really cared about it, they would have left it up. But they know it's negative. Like, it's not what they hoped for. And this is literally capitalism. What you all fucking claim to love. This is the free market responding to an idea. That's the basis for capitalism. Free market said, "Fuck you." Okay.
So fuck the Minnesota
Not my free
Wild.
market.
Yeah.
Fuck the Minnesota Wild for making any of us talk about this, whether on a podcast, on Twitter, on Reddit. Fuck's sake. Just read the fucking room. There are plenty of ways to be like, hey, Law Enforcement Appreciation Night, without trying to pretend like you don't know what a symbol has become.
Yeah.
Because whether you like it or not, meanings of things can change. History has proven that. Just fuck, man. And then just a piss poor apology.
Hindus will tell you. Hindus will fucking tell you. Meanings of things can change drastically.
Yeah, they'll fucking tell you.
Oh God. So with that, everybody, I think we'll call it quits for today. We talked about food. We talked about a lot of things on the show, but damn it, that is the Tougie Steak Podcast, and that is the way I like it to be. God damn it. Gentlemen, it was a great time. We'll be back next week. Endo, what do you got going on until then?
Fuck all. No, I'm just chilling, relaxing. I have some stuff I got to work on. I may have a video. I highly fucking doubt it, but I may have a video coming out soon about the wish list for what I want to see from NHL 23. Spoiler alert, it doesn't involve GM connected, and it does not involve crossplay, because that's everyone already fucking talks about that, how they want that in the game. You can check me out. You can jack me out. You can catch me on Twitch.
Jack me outside.
Jack me outside. How about that?
Shut my jag on.
Endo Mills stream every weekday 2:00. Maybe stream Wednesdays. Who fucking knows? Check out my merch, endomills.ca. I should have some coming in. I may be giving some away to some people relatively soon. That's how it is. That's how I be. Mwah.
Sinsky, what do you got going on?
Speaking of merch, Teespring shut my shop down because I didn't sell shit. Anyway, yeah, I'm still doing the YouTube thing. When Madden gets fully released and when I can go ahead and buy that, I'll probably start trying out some Madden. We'll see. Still got the
I
Washington
might be able to
Capitals.
get your code.
Oh, cool. When the Washington Capitals franchise mode, that's still going on, nearing the end of it. Ovi retired with over 1,000 goals. I think I said that last time.
Damn.
And after that, I'll be launching just a new series, just a draft glory for the end of it, for the last one. And then I'll take a break before NHL 23, I'm sure.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. For me, it's a lot of Madden right now. Madden's out. We've been playing the hell out of it. Fun time so far with our Houston Texans franchise.
Oh, see, it's not fully released yet for me, at least.
Yeah,
well,
it's
I mean,
tomorrow.
if you there's the 10-hour trial on EA Play, and then you could have gotten it on
Yeah.
Tuesday if you did
Pre-order.
the big fucking pre-order type of thing.
EA expected me to buy their games.
That they did. Amazing.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, you're killing it over there with the drafter too. Holy shit.
You know, I'm a Madden god. I'm the Madden god of drafting.
Shit, now I got to catch up.
Is
I
how
do
I
enjoy
want to
your
be
other
remembered
sports
with our
series.
with our Texans. Yeah, no, man, it's been fun. I'm having a fun time at this stage, and looking forward to seeing what else Madden has for us in the near future. With Endo mentioning, video stuff there too. Like, we'll see. We'll see. There's at least one thing I have you working on. A couple of things that we're doing at this point. And because Sid mentioned it as well, there might eventually we gotta talk to Paulina about this, about uploading stuff to that Dropbox. But maybe there's some podcast merch coming before the start of the NHL season. Maybe there is.
Oh shit! You can get merch. Look pretty. That's
Let's
fuck.
go.
Could happen. Could happen.
The
With
fellas.
that, everybody, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening, for watching. Rate the podcast, like the video. I don't fucking know. Do the things. I don't have to tell you anymore. Do the things. At this point, we'll see you next week. Manscaped, shave your nuts. Goodbye.